Shafayat. He's a very tolerant man. He welcomes everyone in here, even politicians and attorneys. Very open-minded. I happen to be an attorney and a rabbi, which is very difficult because somebody came to me the other day and said he was wronged by his neighbor. His neighbor treated him terribly. As a rabbi and an attorney, I didn't know if I should tell him to sue him or forgive him. It's very difficult. But I do want to mention this. Darul Uloom and Maulana Shafayat are building bridges of understanding and knocking down walls of separation, and that is why I made my donation to Alhikmat. That is why I sing the praises of Alhikmat and Darul Uloom. And on this 4th of July, I think it's more important than ever that we build up this incredible institution and its interfaith activities as the best way to bring people together in our community. And as a rabbi, I want everyone here to know that if there's any politicians or any government officials who want to target the Muslim community, they've got to go through me, they've got to go through the Jewish community first, because we stand with the Muslim community. We've been targeted, we know what it's like, and we will stand with the Muslim community and against any politician who threatens you. And that's why I wear this talit. It's got fringes, because the Jewish people has never hesitated to stand on the fringe of society or to challenge the status quo or to stand up to any leader who's taking us astray. And I sing parodies. I wrote a parody for Shaikh Shafayat, but I have 5 parodies about President Trump. He inspired me, 5 of them. And I'm not going to do any here because I don't want to be political. But if you belong to a Democratic club, if you belong to an organization, and you want to hear some parodies and hear some speaking, I will do that anytime. At the drop of a yarmulke, I will sing about him. I just want Ari to say a few words, and then I'm going to sing my song for Shaikh Shafayat.
Salam alaikum. Hola amigos. Bonjour mes amis. Hello friends. Thanks for inviting people of all religions and backgrounds to share this holy season with you all. On behalf of all the children, I want to thank you for setting such a fine example of interfaith harmony. It is truly an inspiration. It's always a pleasure to be with such a warm and loving group, my Muslim brothers and sisters. I'll do all I can to work with your youth and other young people to transform this world into a place of peace and not war, a source of peace, from people divided to people united, from conflict to harmony, and from hate to love. May we set a good example for the rest of the world, especially our youth, who represent our future. Thank you.
Thank you. And when Jews and Muslims join together, the children of Abraham will do what they were meant to do, to show the world that any group can get together, and we will set an example to bring all people together, the Jews and Muslims and the Christians. The children of Abraham, we have a special obligation as a light to the nations to show that we can get along, to show that everyone can get along. My song for Shaikh Shafayat. If you can guess what TV show this comes from, you get an extra piece of dessert afterwards. It's from one of my favorite shows from about 50 years ago. Let me tell you my story about a guy named Shafayat. If you haven't heard him preach, you really ought to try it. He comes from an island that is called Trinidad, and when you're in his presence, you're sure to feel glad. Well, the first thing you know, he founds Darul Uloom, a wonderful place where peace and blessings bloom. He created Alhikmat to proclaim Islamic views, which promotes love among Christians, Muslims, and Jews. He has great knowledge like an esteemed imam and shares his love of people and devotion to Islam. Universal peace could be within our reach if mankind could learn to practice what he and others preach. Maulana Shafayat seeks to share his vision of a world without strife, united by religion, a source of peace and life, universal. Shaikh Shafayat seeks to share his vision of a world without strife. Each year he celebrates the festival of Eid as a time of sharing and the banishing of greed. While Shafayat has developed a marvelous system, he shares food for thought and also shares his wisdom. And his guests are always in a lovely mood because of his warmth, as well as the great food. With wonderful children, Maulana Shafayat has been blessed. In love and devotion, they're among the best. At Shafayat's great success, no one is surprised because his talented kids keep him so well organized. Into controversial issues, Shafayat has been hurled, and he uses influence to make a better world. Many people know his words and recognize his face because he's loved throughout the world and all over cyberspace. And now it's time to say thank you to all our volunteers who continue to support Alhikmat throughout the years. You're all invited back next year at this sacred spot to share the wisdom of what is taught by Alhikmat. Y'all come back now, you hear? You know where that's from? Beverly Hillbillies. Give this man a prize. He is a well-educated man.